He's got a $200 budget and he's trying to drive divorced entrepreneurs into a group on Facebook. All right, so now you just want to know what the strategy would be. So the strategy would be to put up an ad that offers them to join the group. And that's about as detailed as I can get in terms of the strategy at this point. You know, if you want to try to get people, as many people into the group immediately as possible. All right, now you got to have some kind of reason why they should join the group, which is what Joshua here is getting at. Like, and that's what's unclear from all of what what you've provided, because I can't go in any detail in terms of what I would say or offer to try to get people into the group, because I just don't know enough about like what specifically you're doing or exactly who you're going after, right? But there's got to be some, obviously some kind of reason that they would want or need the information that you're providing in the group. And that's what the ad is about. The ad is about offering them whatever you're going to be giving them in the group and selling them on why they should be going into the group. So it'd be identifying, the ideal customer, and then offering them a solution when they join your group, and then having a call to action in the ad to go click on a link and join the group. That would be the most straightforward ad strategy, and that's an overview on the copy strategy and what you would do with the offer. Beyond that, there really isn't anything else that you need to do. I mean, another strategy that I have done very successfully is doing a lead magnet, and on the thank you page, having a video that offers people to join my free group and explains why the group is going to help them and what they're going to get out of it. And then I've got a button below the video that links them out to the actual group where they can apply for the group. That's my Scaling Ads Profitably group here, and that works really well. I get somewhere between 40 to 50% of the people that become a lead go and register for the group. So the only problem is like, if you're using a small budget, that's not a real effective use of your budget, because there's extra steps involved there before they become part of the group. They have to opt in, so you lose a bunch of people on the opt-in, then you lose, more people there that don't click over to the group. So if the main goal is to get people into the group, it's not an effective way to do it with a small budget, but it's just an idea I wanted to share with you you can pull some stuff from. But that, as far as ad strategy goes, it's just literally add to group, or you could do it through a lead magnet and offer the group on the back end. You may also want to put some stuff about your group in your signature on any emails, social media posts, things like that you guys are doing. Any stuff that your content you're putting out there should link back to that. All right, James is just brainstorming here. He's got a client in the helping fitness coaches get more clients niche, and he's got a offer that's $3,000, including coaching, a mastermind, other stuff. Thought this would best be sold via FBA ad, a webinar, application, phone call, enrollment. Or we tried this and found it stupidly expensive. Yep. So now we have VSL with an application form below, and we'd like to test. As Facebook really dislikes VSLs, what is the best way to advertise this? Or maybe a content video, Facebook ad leading people to an opt-in for the VSL. Yeah, so, I mean, it depends on what the page looks like. So it's not necessarily that it's a VSL. It's when it's got a VSL with a hidden buy button that's on autoplay and all these other, things that people don't like, and there's no navigation. You can't leave the page. Those are the things that they have a problem with. But the majority of, people that I'm seeing do this successful are just running ad to case study opt-in, and then you give them the VSL on the thank you page. That's the model. I mean, pretty much everybody's doing that. It still works. Now there are variants of it where you go straight from the ad to lead form. I've seen people doing that successfully. So I wouldn't do webinar though. Like, the webinars are they're dying out. Like, people aren't going to sit through the webinar and People, you need to capture the traffic right away. All right, so Hardup had a question here. He says the ad is out of KPI. It's been 5 days already. How do you determine if it's because of the audience or the copy? All right, so this is where it's way more pieces of information that you have to look at in order to try to make an educated guess, right? Like what we're doing here in most of these cases is hypothesizing off of as many of the data points available as possible. So having one data point that it's only been out of KPI for 5 days just is simply not enough information to be able to determine if that was because of the audience or the copy, right? We'd have to look at how many other audiences did that copy work with? How long was it working before it stopped working for the 5 days? Is it still working across other audiences? Like there's a variety of different pieces of information that need to be looked at there in order to be able to, make that determination, all right? So, that's really where the art part and the hard part comes from. Is there isn't a black and white way to determine that, but we've given some good workflows in the in the training courses that show you how to measure that stuff, and then look at like the amount of audiences that converted, and if you're above half, then you've got proof of concept and things like that. So there's frameworks for you to do all that stuff. I can't answer your specific question exactly due to the fact that I don't know enough information. Okay, looks like that takes care of all the outstanding questions for today. To the Victor Belongs Spoils, this is Jason.